What's up? What's up? What's up? I hope we get people here just to listen to the boobies that I'm gonna say, because I know some of you are just gonna call it some BS, you know. But anyways, you have seen the caption of this video. It says some of the reasons uh, why we keep on getting poor, if I may say. So let's just get right into it. I think some of the reason why we get so poor is because uh, we get to marry women who are too materialistic slung. So when you marry a woman who is too materialistic, maybe like at your home you only have two sisters and you. These two sisters, they get married, then they move to their homes. Now you are left at your home, and you get married to you marry the wife that you wanted to. Then if you ask your woman, how about we stay home at my place and we renovate the place and see how can we live, she might say no, she might refuse, she might, but in most cases they do refuse. They want their own houses, they want their dream houses, you see. Not to blame the radio. Let me just do that in a moment. What the fuck is the back again with another one. Where was I? Okay, they not to to kind of shame them on that decisions, but we know for sure that in some cases those decisions are very valid, but sometimes they are not so valid. And the other reason why they are not so valid is because if you want to build a wealth, not become rich, there's a difference between wealth and becoming rich. So if you want to build a wealth, you have to, in most cases, not save but invest. If you have a property that is your home, you don't have to get another property and leave that property that was given to you as an inheritance. You see, you have to utilize that place, because the other thing that is gonna happen is we're gonna end up living houses everywhere, and those houses won't be utilized. Like even now they are like what do they call it, a bando or what, creep house. There are creep house everywhere, those houses that are actually deteriorating right now. They are there, nobody lives there, nobody is taking care of those houses, so we're gonna end up leaving those things everywhere. Although we have to utilize those little materials that we have, those little houses, those little yards that we have, so we can check on how to invest on bigger things. Maybe if you're gonna get a property, we're gonna build that property maybe in a town near a school or near a college or a village, or a college or a university, or buy a house near a college or a university. Then after doing so, we are not, if we bought the house, we are not paying for that house. We're just gonna rent that house. You see, it's just gonna be maybe you're just gonna rent it as a B&B house, or as a residential for students, you see. So if you do that, it means you are making an income for you. It's an investment. You can borrow money to buy that house and then not pay for that house because it's going to be under rent. Then the kids or the people who are renting that house can pay for that house. Then on that mortgage that they pay for that house, you also have an, what do they call it? I forgot the lingo, the correct lingo for those for the I forgot the actual words for the real estate terms and so forth, but I'm just gonna remember them and tell you more on the next video about them. So what you do is invest in those things to make an income, and when you make a multiple streams of income, you get to make money, and then you don't just keep that money in your bank account and stuff. You have to use that money to buy other assets. You don't use that money to buy liabilities. You don't use that money to spoil yourself, because there is a time of spoiling yourself when you made a bonus, when you made an extra money, you see. And there's this other thing that people will mostly tell you, that it's wrong to live on a debt. I used to believe that, but then through my researches, through how I move, through how I get to learn every day, and right now through how I'm opting to teach my peers on how to invest on these things, get to, I'm not a financial what do they call them, a financial whatever. I'm not saying what I'm telling you is highly possible. I'm just giving you an idea of how other things works, how other people get to move and make their own money. So I'm just giving you that that knowledge of how things might move for you. So what we can do is utilize whatever is left for us in order for us to be able to not get rich, but to be able to generate wealth based on whatever is left for us. Because these people, this old our parents are gonna, they are going to pass away. I know it's painful to acknowledge that your parents are going to pass away, but they are going to pass away at some stage. You see, I'm not saying they should now, but when they do, don't get to a point whereby you are fighting for a property, then end up leaving that property to be in our language. But how about you utilize that property to become something that generates wealth for you? You can come and live at your home and build that house somewhere. That house, you rent it for you to have a multiple streams of income, you see. So who's this on Twitch? I want to offer promotion for your channel. Followers, viewers. That bot, I can't see clearly, but I will hop on you a bit later. I will check this out, then see what I can do, you see. So as I've been saying, for us not to be so poor, we have to like try to utilize whatever was left for us. in order for us to be a one step ahead in terms of generating wealth, you see, not going back again to borrow money at banks, build a house, get married, start having children, then get poor, live on a debt, for like live on a debt life that is not very good for you, that is not um, helping you. Because if you live on a debt, that debt has to be, because many people doesn't know that if you live on a debt, you don't pay tax. I don't know if any of you know that if you are on debt, you don't pay tax because your money ke madi a patalang sekoloto. So you can't be taxed on a debt. That's what I have found out. I don't know, maybe we can maybe somebody can come and say no, that's incorrect, but this is what I have found out, that when you own a bank some money, when you do your filing, you claim that you are actually paying a debt, then you don't get taxed. See, that's how you can save money, because tax is a good debt is a good way of saving money. You don't live off your money, you live off other people's money. Then you pay that money out. When you pay that money, you get to keep your money, 100% of your money, even though there are some tweaks that might have your money, but you get to save most of your money. Because in tax, when they tax you, they harshly tax you. Then when it's time for them to return your money, I have heard some claims. I'm just doing a little bit of research, because I'm doing research, I'm helping people do this, doing like multiple things for me also to have like an income without doing anything, without going to work. So on tax, you have to check how can you move to make that debt and make that money. Because when when it's time for them to return your tax, when you retire from that work that you have been working for like 25 years, they don't return the whole money, you see. They don't return the whole money, they return certain percentage. They get to keep theirs. But when you are in debt and not paying tax, you get to keep the whole amount. You see, that's other reasons why we get to be so poor and not to have the knowledge of how to build wealth and how to not get rich but wealthy. So I'm at a point. I'm not saying I'm gonna get wealthy, but I'm gonna try not to get rich, but to get wealthy. In terms of acquiring information, in terms of utilizing things that are left for me, the inheritance that are left for me. I'm not gonna leave those inheritance and say, no, they didn't give it to me, so why should I fight for it? I should, because they belong to me. That's my stuff, you see. That's my stuff. Those things belong to me. Masimual, they belong to me. The house of my father and my mother, they belong to me. I have to utilize them. I don't have to say, no, I'm just gonna go and build my house somewhere and live a better life. I will be encouraging poverty to come and deal with me in the near future. So it's better to work for a public or a private company. It's better to work for yourself, K2. Matloko. It's better to, I would say, it's better to work for yourself, because somebody made a video about a job being temporary. It's not a permanent thing. A job is not a permanent thing, because when you die, nobody from your home gets to feel that on the space that you made when you are dead. I get it. So it's better to acquire the little that you have from that company that you work for, then start your own business. Because in the future, when you are dead, your children get to fill in those missing gaps, and it's permanent. It means the money gets to be generated in the family by you, then by your own children. It means there's no time that you guys are not having an income based on somebody lost a job. It might happen that you guys lack income, but that lacking of an income, it might be a lack of sales, a lack of maybe a business is not running well, which is something that can happen for not a longer term. You see, it can happen temporarily, because every business gets to go down and gets to go up. If you look at the stock market, the graph doesn't go like, it goes down, it goes up. It gets to be they get to have a loss and a gain. In a month, they get to have a loss and a gain, but they keep on working for them to have that gain. So I hope you got me there. I would say it's okay to work in a private company in a public, providing public service, working in a government work. So it's somewhat okay, but it's very important for you to have a business. It's very, 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 very imperative for you to have your own business, to run a family business. Abelungu, white people, they run their own businesses. They don't run. They don't go and work for public or private companies. Most of them, but in like what I have experienced and what I've observed is that from my village, I don't know if people know a shop called Tennyson and Boers, and right now they have bought the franchise of what is it, Safe Right. All right, what they do is, the people who run that business, it was firstly ran by the father, Tennyson. You see, then afterwards, it's run by his sons. You see, the woman you won't see them as much, but the male figures, you will see them in their office running everything. How come they didn't take their sons to go and work for some companies there? Because it won't benefit them. Women can be educated and go and work in those fields, but man, your son has to work for you in the near future. You see, you don't have to. Thing that makes us very poor is we take our sons to school, then we tell them to go and look for a job. That's the most disrespectful thing to ever tell your son. Because you can work for 25 years, then create a job for your son. There is a plenty of service out there that people need in village, in town, in cities, that you can create a company that provide those services. Then get your son to school to grasp some little knowledge on that field, then open a company for him to deliver those services. People are going to pay for those services. That's the whole truth. They are not going to jump on it, because you know that people can't just trust you on something that is new. So you have to build a very powerful profile. You have to build a very powerful relationship with people who can use your services for 30 years. Use your services for like as many years as they can. How long have we been using Google? You can create a service that we can use for the whole for the rest of our lives. And the other thing is that we are not innovative. And I know in fact, we are innovative, but we don't implement our innovatives to the world. We are surrounded by problems that we have ideas on how to solve them, but we are not taking an action to solve those problems. We have water problems in our villages. They have destroyed the services of windmills. They said the windmills have cholera on something that I think is a lie. It was a lie. They wanted to destroy so that they can manipulate us on buying water. You see, on only living on that service that they provide of taps, of running waters. So they destroy every windmill that was on the village, that was on near the school. They claim that those windmills carry a disease, which I think mostly is a lie. They said they said that water can only be drank by animals. So people stopped consuming that water. People stopped using that water, and that was the only water that was going to be like, if the government is not supplying us with water, we have that water. You see, so this government, you don't have to trust it as wholeheartedly. You have to also think for yourself on how can we, as a group of Black people, how can we not go poor? How can we, as a section in a village, how can we utilize whatever was left for us by our parents to be one step ahead for us to be wealthy, other than destroying everything, than having no clue how to innovate something that is going to help us in the near future. Those are the reasons why we get so poor. There, let me see. Those are the reasons why we get so poor. But nonetheless, I want to finish this video. Thanks for those who switched in. Thanks to Teresa for telling me to switch off the radio. Thanks to Irina from Twitch, who just gave me he just gave me an offer for him to promote my channel on Twitch. And thanks to K2 for asking me a very good question. Thank you guys, thank you very much. I would like to keep on doing these lives, providing you with information that might help you in the near future. Salutation to you, Teresa. Salutation to everyone, guys, because doing so, I would wish for you guys, because I have a star whereby you can give me a star so I can then start to generate some little coins for me to feed myself and buy airtime, so that I can keep on doing these lives and keep on giving you some information that I just got. The next video, I think, is going to be about ChatGPT, which I know most of you are not very much paying attention to that new service that has been brought to us by an open AI company that was first started by another guy, which I don't know his name very well, but Elon Musk was part of that company. Then right now it's doing some amazing things. I know you have seen people posting their AI pics whereby they just upload their few photos, then the app generates their illustrate their few nice pics, then they take those pics and put it on Facebook, on their social market. So from me, Chop Started Chop, I'll see you again when I get money to buy some data. Peace.